Erika Kirk addressed the viral photo of her hugging JD Vance, saying that she's just a deeply affectionate person. Let's watch that clip, because that clip is important as well. I'm just going to gloss over it, and then we're going to be commenting that one.
Please. So for those of you who know me, I hug. It's
yes,
like,
you're an intense hugger.
Whoever
awesome.
is like hating on a hug who needs a hug themselves, I will give you a free hug anytime you want a hug. My love language is touch, if you will. But seriously, that hug. So I will give you a play-by-play. Walking, they just played the emotional video.
Okay, I want to say this. This is the same thing that I said on my Royal Rogue channel about Meghan Markle addressing the fact that she stole or did not steal that dress. You know, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But again, the moment that you address the thing, you're giving importance to the thing. If this was a non-event, it was a thing that you shouldn't be paying attention to, then why mention it? Then I understand that Meghan also wants, you know, to make the most of that interview. Megyn Kelly is a content creator. Megyn Kelly needs, you know, the clicks, the sharing. I am sharing this because Megyn Kelly asked the questions. Obviously, there's always this cascade of stuff downstream. But the problem is that this is again another contradiction. If that was not a big deal, then why do you have to explain that? Is it with Meghan, with that dress? If you did not do anything wrong, then why do you have to explain yourself? I don't get it. I simply don't get it.
Free hug anytime you want a hug. My love language is touch.
My love language is touch. Yeah, the issue that people are saying is that, okay, you can be a hugger. Meghan Markle is a hugger as well, as her in her own words. But yeah, I mentioned that in my video. Maybe the hand and the hair, maybe that was you see the video, you see the actual video. What's important of the hug? The hug is pretty much unremarkable. Is the moment that you see this as an image and you can lay your eyes upon this through 5-6 seconds, you imagine that this lasted longer than it should, and it did not. It was pretty much unremarkable. But again, the question is, do you hug people? This is my question for you, my lovely body language buddies. Do you hug men like this? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But the thing is that I wanted to say something about this. It was the classic question. The classic question about this is, if you would be comfortable of another woman hugging your boyfriend or your husband like this, another woman that was not another sister or a cousin or something like that, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you would say, depends on the relationship of that woman with my husband or my boyfriend. Or maybe you don't care that much. Maybe you do care. I do know, and I mentioned that on my analysis, that if you're Latina, and I say this from experience, it will be absolute. It will be a shitstorm when you arrive home. You know, Latina stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, the usual Latina stuff. Big shout out to my body language, Latina bodies.
But seriously, that hug. So I will give you a play-by-play. Walking, they just played the emotional video. I'm walking over, he's walking over, I'm starting to cry. He says, he's so proud of you. And I say, God bless you. And I touch the back of his head. Anyone who I've hugged that I have touched the back of your head when I hug you, I always say, God bless you.
Okay. So she's saying that she always touches the back of their heads. Again, we should have a record of that. I don't have Joe Rogan's Jamie to help me with that. But the thing is that she says that every when she does it, she says, God bless you. So it implies that she does it normally, right? But Erika Kirk is quite a, even before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, she was kind of a public figure. Is there any other record of that? There's a lot of people defending Erika Kirk out there. I'm pretty sure that one of them could make a video, a supercut of Erika Kirk hugging both men and women in this way. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. 2025, that's pretty much impossible. That's pretty much impossible. But well, Gabe, she's saying that they say God bless you.
That's just me. If you want to take that out of context, go right ahead. Again, that to me shows that you need a hug more than anyone else.
No, we're not saying that. You saying God bless you. That is a deflection. That's kind of a deflection of the actual question, which was not a question, because according to herself, this was a nothing burger. But if that was a nothing burger, then why are you talking about that? Yeah, because Megyn Kelly told her, we're gonna talk about this and gonna put the image really big in the background to address this.
So, if anyone, they were acting like you touched the back of.
Okay, by the way, I addressed this. Some of you were saying that I did not address this in my analysis. What about those leather pants? I said that on my analysis. I think that those were not the best pick. I don't remember if I used the word inappropriate. I think I didn't. But if I did, well, I said that, but I don't think I used that word. I would say that maybe they were not the best pick. So I think it was the combination of both things, both the leather pants and the unremarkable hug and the hand on the back of JD Vance that, well, ultimately got that ball running.
His ass. I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that.
Okay, this is important. People are saying that she was joking about JD Vance's arse, and no, it was Megyn Kelly who mentioned that, and then it was Erika who did some kind of back and forth.
They were acting like you touched the back of his ass. I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that. But no, seriously, so now when I go and hug people, I'll bring them back in and be like, I obviously didn't give you the right hug, but I'm not even touch
Where do the hands go?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
What can I touch?
I know.
It's not me. I'm always like, yeah.
Again, is there any record of she doing this in other instances? My God, yeah, my God.